What's going on, everybody? So remember, there is no standardization for happiness. Everybody's journeys are going to be different. This is a story of James and his family and how they found so much bliss with a 1987 Westfalia camper van. Camper vans are a great way to have experiences and cool adventures with your kids. This adventure van, they took it all over the country for several different trips while their kids were growing up. This is James and his 1987 Westfalia camper van. Let's go have a look at it.
Okay, you want me to show you the...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's a gas absorption that uses propane to heat an element like the old early style, no compressor. So basically it uses a propane flame or small flame to heat a coil full of propane at high pressure. That little tank would probably last 2 weeks.
Wow.
But it's just a candle flame. It's not a big flame.
Would you stock it with food before you left, or would you wait until you got somewhere?
We stocked it with food. We, as I recall years ago, we'd buy hamburger helper meals and things like that. Eat simply.
Yeah. And the stovetop, you said that's 2 burners?
It's a 2 burner, and it has a 1 vat sink with a 13 gallon 12-volt pumped water source right below these two boxes with this bike helmet, and that is the closet. Not a great cavern, but I've never had a headlight or a bulb, a marker light go out, or tail light. All the bulbs are still original. And I should have gotten one of the two tables. The driver's seat turns, it'll turn 90.
I've seen them face each other and put a table in between the...
Yeah, so that has a table. It's that arm right here swings out as well as that arm there.
Okay, so there's an arm right here that swings out. And it lets you sit. That's really cool. Is that the, that's the toilet you took, right?
Yeah, that's the...
What kind of toilet is that?
That is a chemical, we call it a porta potty. With the water tank above, although the pump, the pump is failed, so I just use a squirt bottle.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Like a hair coloring bottle or whatever, and the seals are still good. I bought this van in January of '87 and have used it continually since then for various purposes. We've now, for over 20 years, been bicycling from it, almost on a weekly basis, depending the weather, of course. We've fished in it. We pulled a little aluminum fishing boat. We pulled motorcycle trailers to Colorado previous to that, and we just enjoyed it. We camped in it, gone to state parks. I had a '78 VW Westfalia.
Okay.
It was air cooled. I liked it so much. We liked it so much. I said if we could afford one, we'd buy one new. And so we bought this in January of '87. It was on the showroom floor. We paid about $22,500, more than we'd ever paid for a car. But no regrets. And basically I've maintained it. I put a water pump in it. I did have a head leak and had to have it replaced about 12 years ago. Our lifestyles would be conducive to something like this. We like the outdoors, and could see myself using this for years and years and years. And then I never thought that I'd be tagging this. You know, recently bought the 31st tag for it. So very, very good van. Not overpowered, but we don't worry about power. We worry about dependability and functionality. So no, it's fine for our purposes. We've got other vehicles that do other things, but this is, for right now, as much as we bicycle for health and recreation, it's ideal. It couldn't be better. Our son Josh loved every minute of it. Yeah, we've been to Canada twice. We've been to Nova Scotia.
In this
van, wow. Yeah, all through New England. We've driven the Blue Ridge Parkway Drive through North Carolina, in Virginia, northern Georgia, 2 or 3 times. So it's transported us and put us where no other vehicle we've had. This is the memory vehicle.
Where would he sleep?
He would actually the bed below that folds in, the bench seat that folds out, is not as wide. So he would sleep below and then we would sleep up. That's probably about 10 inches wider on the top. So we would jump up in the top loft. Even my dad, who died in '93, went fishing with us quite a bit. So he loved every trip we made. I really think we need a simplification in our lives, especially the American public in general. I'm not a materialist, my wife's not a materialist, but we have collected, because of interest through the years, many different things. And some of those things are hard to let go from sentimental purposes. If you maintain things, you collect tools and that sort of thing. So I would recommend any vehicle. Certainly if you could find one like this, but any other vehicles that take you out, that you could camp in, those are the simple times in life. Probably our best memories were just tent camping. and camping in this vehicle here. So I think children need to be introduced to that simplification too. Our godson, who's a seminarian in Rome right now, wanted me to will this to him, although he has a Jeep, and when he comes back and will be ordained, he won't worry about this kind of thing. We rode four free wheels together, and part of the time we were transported in this. The free wheel is, of course, the ride across the state of Oklahoma. And he had a lot of fond memories in this too, as well as my own son. To be happy there is a multifaceted thing. I really believe you need to be happy whether you're single or with your wife. Common interests certainly help. But materialism isn't everything. There's so many attractors to get us to buy things and ads and that sort of thing. But this vehicle is as good as it gets. It doesn't come any better. I think faith has a lot to do with that too. We kind of forget that sometimes.
So as you can tell here, with James and his family, they've made decisions in their lives to buy certain tools in order to help them achieve more happiness, more bliss in their lives. Like we've been saying in our channel, happiness is not standardized. There's not one way to do it. Simply buying a small house or decluttering your life or buying a bigger house, there is no simple one answer to how you find happiness. You as a person, as a couple, or as a family have to come together and decide what are the things we want that we think will make our family more successful, or as an individual or a couple. And this van is a perfect example of James's family saying, this is a tool that we know we're going to use in order to have more happiness in lives, have better experiences with our kid and as a couple, which you're still doing it today, going out and riding bikes using the van. So I just want to thank you for letting us come by.
You're entirely welcome.
And interview you, and I hope we can stay in touch and continue to see the adventures you guys are having.
We are.